Concepts relating to research design. Dependent and independent variables. A magnitude that varies is known as a variable. The concept may assume different quantitative values like height, weight, income, etc. Qualitative variables are not quantifiable in strictest sense of term. However, the qualitative phenomena may also be quantified in terms of presence or absence of attributes considered. The phenomena that assume different values quantitatively, even in decimal points, are known as continuous variables. But all variables need not be continuous. Values that can be expressed only in integer values are called non-continuous variables. In statistical terms, they are also known as discrete variables. For example, age is a continuous variable, whereas the number of children is a non-continuous variable. When changes in one variable depend upon changes in other variable or variables, it is known as dependent variable. And the variable that cause the changes in dependent variable are known as independent or explanatory variables. For example, if demand depends upon price, then demand is a dependent variable, while price is an independent variable. And if more variables determine demand, like income and price of the substitute commodity, then demand also depends upon them in addition to the price of original commodity. Then, extraneous variable. The independent variable which are not directly related to the purpose of the study but affect the dependent variables are known as extraneous variable. However, since it is not directly related to the purpose of study undertaken by the researcher, it would be known as extraneous. The influence caused by extraneous variable on dependent variable is technically called the experimental error. Therefore, a research study should always be framed in such a manner that the influence of extraneous variables on the dependent variable is completely controlled and the influence of independent variables is clearly evident. Then, control. One of the most important features of good research design is to minimize the effect of extraneous variable. Technically, the term control is used when a researcher designs the study in such a manner that it minimizes the effect of extraneous variables. The term control is used in experimental research to reflect the restraint in experimental condition. Then, confounded relationship. The relationship between the dependent and independent variable is said to be confounded by an extraneous variable, when the dependent variable is not free from its effect. Then, research hypothesis. When a prediction or hypothesized relationship is tested by adopting scientific methods, it is known as research hypothesis. The research hypothesis is a predictive statement which relates to a dependent variable and an independent variable. Generally, a research hypothesis must consist of at least one dependent variable and one independent variable, whereas the relationships that are assumed but not to be tested are predictive statements that are not be objectively verified, thus are not classified as research hypothesis.